Welcome back, YouTube family. Today's video is going to be about Hekate. I did my second ceremony for her just this past Saturday, and it was full of magic from the moment it started. So if you're new here, my name is Tiffany, and this is my new YouTube channel called Growing Up Shaman, where I tell true stories about non-ordinary reality from the perspective of a shaman. So this past Saturday was a new moon. It was supposed to occur at 12:31 p.m. During my first ceremony, I tried to time it for the lunar eclipse, but I had overslept by 3 hours and missed it. So I was determined for this ceremony to go right and to start right on time. So come noon, I go inside and I start making my holy water. I didn't know it then, but the ceremony had already started. So I come out of my house with my holy water and some eggs, 3 eggs to be exact, and a candle with 3 wicks. I put it down right here at the steps in front of my porch, and I did it. I put it there specifically because that was the space in between my house and my land. And Hekate is known as the queen of the crossroads. She's the queen of the in between. So it was very purposeful. But what I noticed about that spot, and it made me pause about using that spot, was that directly south from the altar space that I had chosen was missing a picket in my fence. And so this left me completely exposed to my neighbors behind me right there. And I just didn't feel comfortable. I was missing the still of the night from my first ceremony, and I began to wonder if this was a mistake. I remember hearing a very loud lawnmower to my left that I felt was interrupting, but I was determined to press on. So, come to find out that missing picket fence had a surprise waiting for us. My neighbors were walking by right at that time when I'm trying to do my ceremony, and they had noticed that one of my hens, her name is Blue, she had created a secret nest underneath a discarded piece of plywood that was just leaning up against our fence. But she had laid her nest on my neighbor's side of the fence. And so when my neighbor was walking by and she picked up the plywood, she discovered life. And so she started making all this commotion. I went over there to go see what was going on, and looking up at me were 3 brand new chicks. I was so excited. I've been trying to raise chickens for, 9 years, and I've never had a hen successfully brood. But it happened that same Saturday during my ceremony. So, as much as I thought that it was inconvenient at the time, it was actually quite a miracle. And in a sense, there was another altar just directly south from where my altar was. And unfortunately, we did notice far away from the nest, there was one egg that was still and bloodied. Unfortunately, it did not make it across the veil, and it made us feel a mix of emotions at the time. You know, we were really happy and excited about the chicks that were born, but then also we could feel the heaviness of the life that didn't quite make it. But I talked to the neighbor, and we talked about creating a little fence around her little secret nest that she had made to protect her. And so my neighbor, she's so kind. She started giving them water and food, and taking care of everything, which I was very grateful for because I had a ceremony to get back to. I was trying to start my ceremony right at 12:31 when the new moon was crowning. So even though you couldn't see the new moon, it was there. It was just hidden by the sun. But I was determined to start my ceremony on time. But when I turned back to my altar, I noticed all 3 eggs were gone. And there I found all 3 of my black dogs, each with 1 egg in their paws, just happy as could be, eating them. So I couldn't help but laugh. I just went back into the house and grabbed three more eggs and put them right back on the altar. And then I remembered that I still was missing a lighter. I needed fire to light my candles. So I went back in the house to grab a lighter. And when I came back out, all three dogs once again had taken and confiscated my offering. They looked unapologetic and as guilty as naughty altar boys. But I just let them have their eggs. And I just took three more out of my basket and placed them down on the ground and claimed the area. So I was able to start my ceremony right on time, and it went off without a hitch. But the magic had already begun, you know? It begun when I started blessing the water, because as soon as I came out on the porch, life was stirring right on the fence line, another liminal space. So I just thought the whole thing was absolutely beautiful and cosmically orchestrated. So I just wanted to share that story with you guys. If you stay to the end, I will show a little video of the chicks. Unfortunately, we ended up losing two more that night, and a third one was born. So, or by the morning, there were only two left. But so I guess technically it was a fourth one that was born. But anyways, so that's why you'll only see two. We ended up with one golden one and one that is black with a gold on its bottom. So that is so Hekate, very balanced. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the story. If you did, don't forget to give the video a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.